Hi, this is Maddie from Stride and Edge. So this class is going to be a short 25-minute vinyasa class. It's going to be quite gentle, an all-rounder, so just to get your body moving, perfect either in the morning or maybe just before you go to bed. I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start today's class in a comfortable cross-legged position. So really we want to think about elevating our hips a little bit higher than our knees. So if you want to place a pillow or even a block or something underneath our hips, just to lift our hips a little bit higher, that might feel a little bit more comfortable for those knees and your hips. So once we've got nice and comfortable, we're just going to gently rest our hands on top of our knees and close our eyes. Just taking this time to center ourselves and forget what's happened either before or what you've got to do afterwards. And just bringing that awareness inward. We'll slowly start to bring that awareness into the breath. You don't have to do anything special, just noticing it. And then we'll start to take a big inhale through the nose. You can even lift the shoulders up towards the ears, filling the lungs up. Then as we exhale out the mouth, we roll the shoulders back, finding that space between the shoulders and the ears and releasing the breath out. So again, a few more breaths like that. We inhale, lift the shoulders up. And exhale out the mouth, rolling the shoulders back. And again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, big circles with the shoulders, inhale and exhale. And then we'll close the mouth and just keep the breath coming in and out through the nose. Keeping it nice and long, we inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose. And gently open our eyes, finding a nice soft focus. From here we inhale, lift the arms up overhead, reaching up tall. And as we exhale, we reach over towards the right. Bring the right hand down towards the side and the left hand can reach all the way up and over. Still grounding that left hip down so we don't start to lift it up. We find that big side body stretch. Inhale, we come back up through center, reach both arms up. And exhale over towards the left. The left hand places down, we reach with the right. And then moving through each side like a flow, we inhale, reach all the way up through center and over towards the right. And then our exhale, reaching over towards the left. So moving with the breath. And again, inhale to the right. And exhale to the left. And next inhale, we come back up through center. Reach both arms up. And as we exhale, we take the hands all the way back behind us, drawing some big circles with the hands. Inhaling forwards, they lift the arms up. Exhale as they go behind. So finding that space in the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, we come behind. And again, inhaling, lifting. Exhale, drawing behind. And then we're going to place our hands on top of our knees. And then finding our seated cat-cow, so finding some space in the spine. We inhale, pull with our hands against the knees to puff the chest forwards, lifting the chin, inhaling, drawing the shoulders down. And as we exhale, we round the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest, finding that space between the vertebrae. And again, inhaling, lifting, pulling with the hands, exhaling, rounding. Finding a little bit more space in that spine, inhale, and exhale. And then coming back to that neutral long spine, we're going to bring our hands behind us now. And planting the hands behind, making sure that those fingertips face the front of the mat. And then uncross the legs, we plant the feet down, making sure that the feet are hip distance apart, the toes pointing forwards. And then we inhale, push through our hands and our feet to lift our hips up, finding this reverse tabletop. So we want to keep that nice horizontal line with our body, finding that opening in the shoulders, inhaling here, and exhale to stay. And just gently now we start to rock forwards and then rocking back. So we're finding a little bit more space in the shoulders and warming up the wrists. Inhale as we come forwards, exhale as we come back. And gradually building the rock up, finding more and more space. Inhale, making sure that the hips don't drop down, we're keeping them lifted. And just a couple more here. And then on next exhale, we lower the hips back down. From here, we're going to extend our right leg out only and bringing our left foot, the inside of the left foot, to the inside of the right thigh. So we find this seated tree position. I'm just going to face here. And then from here, we turn the torso over that straight leg and inhale, lift the arms up. As we exhale, we forward fold over that straight leg. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep nice and low down towards the ground, all the way across towards the left. We plant the left hand, push through the hand and the knee to lift the hips up and open the chest towards the ceiling, finding this modified wild thing. As we exhale, we lower the hips back down and we do a big sweep all the way back across to that straight leg. And again, inhaling, sweeping across. And exhale, we lift the hips up, opening the chest. Inhale here. And exhale, we lower the hips down, sweeping back across that right leg. One more time, inhaling, sweeping, plant the left hand, lift the hips, open the chest. Exhale, lowering back down, all the way across that straight leg. And then we inhale, roll back up. Switching the legs out, so straightening the left leg slightly out over towards the side, and then bringing that right foot in, and then turning the torso over towards that straight leg. Folding down to start with, reaching. And then we inhale, sweep across over towards the right this time, planting the right hand behind as we lift the hips up, open the chest. And exhale, lower the hips back down, sweeping back across. Nice and slowly, moving with the breath. And again, inhale, sweep across, plant the hand, lift the hips. All one breath. And exhaling, lowering the hips down, sweeping back across. One more here, inhaling, lifting. And as we exhale, we lower. All the way, folding over that straight leg and then rolling up, lifting the spine up. And then we bring our knees into our chest. From here, we're going to slowly start to roll up and down the spine, rolling through each vertebrae, and then gradually building the momentum because we're going to rock all the way up to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Try and challenge yourself to see if you can not use your hands. So take as many rocks as you need until you meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. The feet can be hip distance apart. Have a slight bend in the legs, so just let that torso hang over the thighs. Releasing the neck, shake your head, pop your head. Big inhale and exhale. And then in your own time, slowly rolling up through each vertebrae of the spine till we stand up nice and tall. The head comes up last, finding that alignment. And then we inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back, palms facing forwards. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, palms touch, reaching up. Exhale, hinge at the hips as we forward fold down. Inhale, sliding the hands up the shins, creating a flat back. Exhale, we plant the hands and we step the right leg back only. Nice long stance, and then dropping the back knee down. From here, we inhale, lift the arms up overhead, making sure that that front knee doesn't come past that ankle, but it's directly above it. Inhaling, reaching up nice and tall to start with, tucking the pelvis under, finding that stretch in that front hip flexor. And then as we exhale, we take the left hand over towards the left, so it reaches over towards the ground, and the right arm reaches up and over. So we're finding a side body stretch again. If you have a block and you want to place it underneath that hand, that'll just lift the ground higher towards that hand. Or you can just reach it, or maybe the hand comes all the way down towards the mat. Inhaling here, exhale to stay. And then using our core, we inhale, lift back up through center. And as we exhale, we straighten the front leg, shift the weight back, and fold into our half splits, flexing that front foot. Inhaling here, exhale to fold. Inhale, we shift forwards, plant the foot, plant the hands in front to do a big step up to a forward fold at the top of the mat. We inhale, slide the hands up the shins, creating a flat back, and exhale, we forward fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing, bringing the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, going straight back down for the other side. Inhale, finding that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back this time, big long stance, dropping the back knee down. Already making sure that that front knee doesn't come past that ankle. As we inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Tucking the pelvis under. And as we exhale, we now take the right hand down towards the right hand side, finding that side body stretch. Again, if you have that block or something similar to place under the hand, you can use it. Or just reaching, or maybe even the hand comes down. Inhaling here, exhale to stay. And again, using that core to find that lift, we inhale, bring the arms back up. And as we exhale, we straighten the front leg, shift the weight back, fall down into our half splits. Flexing that front foot, really stretching out the back of the legs, the calves. Inhaling here, and exhale to fold. Inhaling, shift forwards, plant the foot, plant the hands in front to step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing. Bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing the palms to the chest. From here, we're going to take our feet out wide to the width distance of the mat. And then turn the toes out slightly, just 45 degrees. And then from here, we're going to come down into our Malasana, or yoga squat. So starting to bend the legs nice and deep. You can even wiggle down a little bit. And if our heels start to lift, we just stay where we are. Or you can even take the hips down a little bit lower towards the ground. But wherever we are, we bring our palms together. And using either the back of the arms or those elbows to gently press those knees a little wider. Lengthening the spine up, reaching the crown of the head up. Inhaling here. And exhale to stay. Finding that opening in the hips, the inner thighs. This is such a great pose to do at any time in the day. Inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands down the front. Starting to lift our hips up a little bit higher, making sure we've got our hands flat onto the mat. And stepping back, or maybe even hopping back, landing in our high plank position. Strong core, making sure we've got those shoulders are over the wrists. We inhale here. Exhale to our chaturanga, so we can shift forwards first so the shoulders come past the wrists. Lower the knees down for support, or maybe one knee, or keep them lifted as we lower down halfway through chaturanga. Make sure those shoulders are away from the ears. And then we come all the way down into the belly, untuck the toes. Inhale, lifting into our cobra, middle back bend. Exhale, lowering back down, tuck the toes, and pushing back to our downward dog. So the hips Nice and high. It's our first downward dog, so we'll have a little bend in our legs. Lifting the hips up nice and high. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears, keeping that neck nice and long. And then just gently starting to walk through the feet, lifting one heel at a time as we draw the other heel down. Opening up through the backs of the legs, the calves. You can speed it up if you want to. It's your practice, you make it your own. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. And as we exhale, we step the foot through between the hands. You can shimmy the foot forward so we've got that nice long stance. Make sure the feet are on train tracks so they're not in line with one another. That's just going to help with support. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead, finding our high lunge. Strong through the legs. And as we exhale, we bring the hands onto the hips. Finding our warrior three, we start to shift the weight forwards. Focusing on something in front of us. We can even take a little hop in with that back foot as we start to take the weight into the front leg to float the back leg up. Strong through that core, squeezing the inner thighs together. The hands can stay on the hips. They can come out wide or even together at the chest, or they can reach all the way out in front. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, we bend into that standing leg and slowly step the back toes back as we inhale, lift our high lunge. Exhale, lower the hands down, framing the foot, stepping back through our vinyasa. Finding high plank first, inhale, strong core. As we exhale through our chaturanga. Lower the knees down for support if you need to. Halfway down to the belly for cobra or finding our upward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, lifting back up, downward facing dog. Other side, we inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, we step the foot through between the hands. Again, making any little adjustments. So we've got that nice strong foundation with the legs. We inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Find our high lunge. Now we can bring our hands onto our hips if we want to. Or we can keep them above our head, or you can bring them down onto the chest, whichever variation you prefer as we start to shift that torso over that front leg, focusing on something in front of us. And again, keep shifting that weight forwards. If you want to hop the back foot in, we can do, or we can step straight up to our warrior three. Strong through that floating leg as well. It's just going to activate all the muscles, keeping that balance, inhaling here. Exhale to stay, feeling strong. Last inhale. And exhale, bend into the standing leg and slowly stepping back to our high lunge. Inhale. And exhale, bringing the hands down, frame the foot. Stepping back through our vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Strong through the core, through the arms. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, taking it back to our downward facing dog. Nice. Walking through the feet once again. Big inhale. And exhale. Finding our pigeon pose, working a little bit into the hips. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. And as we exhale, we bring that shin forwards, flexing the foot first, that'll protect that knee. And then bringing the shin down at any angle we want. And then we can tuck the back toes and hop that back kneecap just a little bit further, finding more space. And then we untuck the toes. Inhale here to lift the chest first, finding space. And then exhale, we can slowly start to walk our hands out in front. And then we stop where we want to. You know your own body. You can come down onto your forearms, or even if you feel super open, we can bring the forehead down. Wherever we are, I encourage you to close your eyes and taking some big long breaths into the outer hip, inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhaling. And exhale, release. And then we walk the hands back up underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes, and stepping back to our downward dog. Walking through the feet. Balancing out the other side, we inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, shifting forwards, flexing the foot first, protect that knee, and then bringing that shin down. Tucking the back toes under to hop that back kneecap a little bit further, finding that space. And then from here, we inhale, find that lift first. Inhaling, lifting. And then exhale, we fold. We can walk the hands out. Just go where you want to take it. But wherever we are, we close our eyes and sink into this stretch. Every inhale, we send the breath to that outer hip. And each exhale, we find a little bit more space and sink a little bit deeper. Inhale. And exhale. The last one, inhale. And exhale, release. And very slowly walking the hands back up underneath the shoulders. A little different, we'll roll onto the outside of that hip. Bring the legs out in front. Planting the feet down like we were going to come into our reverse tabletop again. So the feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. And then we scooch the butt up towards the heels and then roll down onto our backs. Making sure we can tickle the back of the heels with our fingertips. Prepping for our bridge, just a gentle back bend at the end of the class. We inhale, push through our feet to lift our hips up. So lifting those hip bones up towards the ceiling. Trying not to squeeze our glutes too much. We want to find that lift from our feet rather than squeezing our glutes. You can roll the shoulder blades underneath to puff that chest up. Inhaling here. And exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. Our next inhale, we'll lift our heels up. And then exhaling, rolling down each vertebrae of the spine, nice and slowly. And then bringing the right knee into the chest only, let the left leg go out long, squeeze it in, inhale. Exhale, guiding that knee over towards the left, finding the spinal twist. You can even take the gaze over towards the right. So really wringing out through the spine, inhale. And exhale to sink a little deeper. Now next inhaling, coming back through center. Switching it out. Let the right leg go out long, bring the left knee into the chest, squeeze it in, inhaling. And exhaling, guiding it over towards the right. Again, you have that option to take the gaze towards the left. Finding that twist all the way through the spine. Wringing the core out. Inhale. And exhale. And then our next inhale, come back through center. Bring both knees into the chest to give yourself one last little squeeze. You can rock a little bit side to side if you want. That feels nice on the lower back. And then finding our Shavasana, just letting the legs go out long. Feet fall apart, arms down by the side, palms facing up. Closing our eyes. Take a big inhale through the nose to start with, filling the lungs up. Holding at the top. And then we open the mouth, sigh the breath out as we exhale. Letting the body sink into the ground. Feeling heavy. feeling relaxed, feeling reset. Just letting the breath go. If you want to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer, please do. Just ignore me for this next bit. If you're ready to come out, you can slowly start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Very slowly building some movement back into the body. Nice and gently. And some bigger breaths in. In your own time, rolling over onto your side with your knees into your chest. And taking your time, finding yourself in that comfortable seated position like we found at the beginning of the class. Keeping our eyes closed, we'll bring our hands onto our knees. Taking a big inhale together. And exhale out the mouth. Gently bringing the palms together at the chest. Just thank yourself for doing this class. Namaste.